just because you feel it doesn't make it true. Whoa, okay, well, put your pitchforks down just for a moment and let me explain. I'm not talking about emotions. I'm not going to go there with you guys today. I'm talking about interoception, or rather your brain's ability to interpret bodily sensations so other processes can understand what action to take, if any, in response. The thing is, your brain is a bit of a liar. That is, if you consider lying by omission still lying. But if you stick with me for a couple of minutes, I'll explain how you can tell the difference between real sensations and brain trickery. Why does the brain lie? The brain isn't really lying, not per se. The thing is that the signals it gets from the body are somewhat fuzzy. And so your brain, trying to be a good little worker, pulls examples from your past about similar feelings and attributes the most likely reason behind that bodily sensation. Now, this is great predictive technology. But of course, if, for example, you've never learned what anxiety feels like in your body, then your brain doesn't even really have a fighting chance of interpreting that sensation correctly. The bits of your brain mostly responsible for this predictive error are the anterior cingulate cortex. We're seeing him again because he's great at tracking mismatches. And the insula, along with some other higher order parts involved in regulation and interpretation. The insula, though, is the big player here. And the super cool thing is that current models suggest it doesn't just receive signals, it also predicts them from tracking your internal environment. So what does that have to do with my slightly rage-worthy title? Well, while this applies to lots of different signals, let's talk about hunger and overeating. You see, the thing is that hunger isn't a clean signal. It involves lots of systems that track the internal environment and integrates external stimuli. It doesn't just pop up from energy deficit. It can be low energy, like tiredness, external cues, like a social post showing a perfectly decorated cake. Expectations, I feel something in my tummy, and it must be hunger. And learned associations, it's 4 p.m, it's time for a snack, or it's Saturday, it's pizza day. Thing is, those signals can come from other things. Tiredness, not enough sleep. Feeling in your tummy can be anxiety, restless, boredom. How to tell the difference? In a neurotypical brain, here are 4 ways of telling if the sensation is true or not. 1. Check context. Use top-down reasoning. For example, by asking yourself, did I eat recently? Did I sleep badly? Am I stressed? And then check with that feeling. 2. Prediction testing. Drink instead of eating and wait 30 minutes. Start the workout and do 5 minutes and then check in with yourself on your energy levels. If the feeling goes away, it was a bad prediction. 3. Increase your interoceptive accuracy. You can train your brain to understand which signals mean what. For instance, try to notice the quality of the sensation, if it's empty, shaky, tense, restless, nauseous, heavy. These sensations can give us important info on what that actually stems from. 4. Notice the time lag. Real signals tend to build slowly and persist, whereas misinterpreted signals spike quickly and fluctuate with your attention or your emotions. And make sure to click on follow to stay tuned for part 2, where we'll talk about how these signals are interpreted by neurodivergent brains. Spoiler, it's not the same. So leave me a like to let me know you've been here. Bye.